guys, welcome to Lizzie 121 and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Now today I have Nour Issa. I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out to join me on my podcast. I appreciate it.
Sure, I'm really honored to be here with you.
So for those that may not know about you or haven't met you before, tell us a little bit about the work that you've done and what has driven you towards going, like, because you've traveled a lot due to your work as well.
Yeah, my name is Nour and I am from Syria and a little bit from Turkey. I am 23 years old and I think I have started working since I was 18 because at that time my country was in a war, like a really bad war, and I just wanted to help as much as people as I can. And to do that, I had to be educated and like practical, you know. So I have started working with studying college. And I have studied 3 majors and with working to have experience and media and coaching and spiritual things, you know, and in English literature, of course. And then I studied all of them in a really perfect way to be able to start working in a good experience. And it is what happened that I got promoted each time, and then I became really good at what I'm doing. So I wanted to have all my money, like the paychecks that I used to have, and I used to travel because of work. Because unfortunately, my country is economically a little bit dead because of the war and because of everything that, like other countries, that so it became really hard to work here, like because everything became so expensive and there's not a lot of really nice work, you know, or paychecks or stuff. So, and I was blessed to be able to travel through my work. And
Well, that's on top of that, you ended up teaching
travel. Yeah. So I traveled and I collect a lot of money, and because of the war.
Because something you mentioned is that you ended up giving a lot back to your country when you came back with what you earned.
Yeah, I gave most of it to my country, like to charities and the people who were damaged because of the war, maybe homeless because of the war, or mentally became sick because of the war. So I really wanted to help as much as people as I can, because I have already lived in the war before I traveled. And thank God maybe Damascus was better, at least a little bit, than other cities. But the war that happened in Syria was, like, I think one of the most awful wars in the history, because everything happened here. And it was like we thought that the country will be dead, but we did win at last, I mean the war, but economically it's only worse and worse, you know. So I just wanted to help financially and spiritually. Financially, I helped by traveling and collecting money and then giving them to people who are worth it.
And educating yourself as well, because you've educated yourself along that way.
Yeah.
Which is important. But it was up to, I remember reading actually.
Yeah, because
about, was it 200,000 people left their home due to over 200,000, probably more. That hasn't been documented, but I find it quite inspiring, the fact that you and your family stayed put because it's your home. Why do you think that's so important?
You know, you can never really leave your home. I mean, all our memories is here, and my country is really a beautiful country no matter what. It's not just because it's my country, but Syria is a country where you can have a combination between modern and traditional. And I love the intimacy that the people have here. And you know, after everything we have been through, people are still kind, people are still good-hearted people, and that's why it's really hard to live here. We imagine like trying to leave your own house, so how about leaving your country?
Mm-hmm.
So my parents, they are the most influencer people in my life. They influenced me to be kind-hearted, to be a believer that whatever we do is a big effect on other people, even if it's a small act or a small word.
Yeah.
And they have left also a big impact in
Mm-hmm.
Syria.
I was going to
And
ask you
me
about
and my
that.
dad, we started this non-violence organization in Syria last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So spiritually, we wanted to help the children who got really like scared of the war or damaged because of the war. And we we have a big group, and we went to all the schools every few days in every city. We spread and we teach the kids about inner peace and happiness, and that they can do anything, and we help them.
That's
And
amazing.
that's how it affected them, and we became also the same. They can be at least a little bit peaceful more than, yeah. And financially, I told you I tried my best, although it's not much, but for my age it's something that I am proud of, honestly. And my mom is also the same. She helped a lot of people here by training them to become who they want to be, and helping them in a lot of ways actually. And I'm really blessed because I know that a lot of people here would always love to help, but they just don't have the opportunity to do it. And I was blessed to be able to do it, because you know what, people outside Syria, they think that Syria is really old and that the people are really different, and we're not that different. Thoughts about us, which is all wrong because of the media.
Yeah. All people will take as a negatives instead of educating themselves and learning about the culture. How does it make you feel knowing that in the media, whether it's the newspapers or on TV, how does it make you feel how they depict Syria, how they highlight it in the news?
I just really feel sad. I feel sad because people really don't know what Syria is, what the true colors of Syria, because they just assume everything because of the media. And the media outside Syria, they are always giving bad thoughts about Syria. Yes, it was bad because of the war, which is normal because we were in the war, but not that bad. I mean, we're not that old, we're not that, people even think that we don't even have internet, and they think that we don't look like this, which is really wrong. I don't think anyone has ever visited Syria and said something wrong. I think the media that lies, they just want to make it worse for us with no reason. Maybe and it's even not shared here because of the media, because the media here is not internationally about what Syria is, you know. And I think my country deserves more, because it's really a beautiful country. And I know for sure that anyone that will visit this country will say the same about the people or the places. After all,
Mm-hmm.
Damascus is the oldest capital in the world, and
Plus, it was the first to have the
it's just
oldest
beautiful that
civilization.
it can combine between modern and traditional. And I love the intimate. Yeah. And they made Syrians everywhere, especially the refugees outside Syria, feel really bad because they just assume and assume and assume bad things about us, but they didn't see or talk or try to talk with us. But thankfully, I was able to travel, and people just loved me. And then when they would ask me, "Where are you from?" and I would say Syria, they would be so shocked, and it would make me really sad because, like, I had no idea what the people think of Syria until I traveled.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that the media is saying a lot of bad things about us, you know. And I'm just happy that I was able to also tell the people around the world, the people that I met, what Syria is really about. Because I would love someday for all of the people to visit and see the beauty in it. Nothing less, nothing more. And I just wish someday people will start saying the truth, not just about Syria, I mean about anything. Because I think you cannot really see anything real nowadays, you know? And this is one of the reasons why one of the things that I studied was media, because for a while I worked as an English reporter, and I wanted to try at least to be a truthful one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really blessed that I was able to try at least, because at least I was able to try, because most of the people, they don't have the opportunity to even try.
That's true. That's very true. You
I
kind of,
just want Syria to be okay again, because it's really, I want my country to be good again, because it's really sad to feel homesick while you are in your own home. I just wish, yeah, I just wish people would just be with themselves, working on their self, trying to become a better people instead of trying to interrupt another people's life or countries, you know. I can't imagine how peaceful the world would be if each of us was just trying to be a good person instead of destroying other people or countries.
but that starts with education, doesn't it? And that starts with people's home lives and parents teaching them from the ground up.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what's interesting as well about your family? Is you were telling me previously that your father brought yoga into, well, your whole country, which is amazing, incredible. So tell me a little bit about that, your family background when it comes to that.
Yeah, my father went to India when I was a kid, and he stayed there for a long time. And he learned yoga and spiritual things. And then when he came back, he wanted to spread yoga in Syria or Arabic countries, because he wanted also a peaceful world. And I think by yoga and spiritual things, like when you are aware of your inner self and you understand yourself and love yourself, you are effective in these things. So he started in Syria, and now we have more than one center for yoga. And then we made the non-violence project.
Which is incredible.
We try to help all the kinds of children and people in Syria who were damaged. Yeah.
Do you know what I find incredible about this? And that's why I call you inspiring, because of all the stuff that you've gone through and your family and your people, your community, you still wear a smile on your face. And I think that's so important. And you push for positivity. And that you could teach a lot of people a few things. And with what's been going on in America with George Floyd, it's time that people started waking up and actually talking to people about this, about different topics, about different cultures, what matters, and not to be afraid to ask those questions in a respectful manner, though, not to be rude with it. So what do you love the most about your country?
I think we are similar to what is happening in America, because we only wanted justice. Treated us bad because we're Syrians, the way they treated the nice black people. And, you know, everyone's lives matter. but for now and they deserve the best. That's why I'm really happy for what they are doing, to what they are defending, because it's their rights, and it's our rights to be safe. And it's about equality. That's it. And I just hope people would understand that, not just as countries. I mean, not just because I am Syrian, then I am supposed to be this. No, it's about also personality. I think people don't realize how much this life can be short. Like, you can be with someone right now, and then the next day, God forbid, they're not here anymore forever. And
that's very true.
We are just passengers here and leave this life, except for the feelings we left in people's hearts.
Yes.
And the thoughts, the positivity that we left in their lives. I think people think that, especially nowadays, is being kind, is spreading love or care, even if it's simple act, a word. And you have no idea what anyone is going through. So you don't really know how much you influence people.
So what do you see in the future? What do you hope for yourself? Whether it's job-wise or the economy, or for your people, what do you hope for the future?
And that people would stop labeling each other, and they would stop judging others by their color or nationality or race. Be better people, or at least try to be better people instead of, I think people should be really wise because of everything that is going on right now. I think I have lost my best friend recently. May her soul rest in peace. And may the soul of all the people who died everywhere rest in peace. And I hope the people who are sick get healed. But the death of my best friend and the death of my cousin and a lot of people that I love so much through these years made me just realize how people are really not living the moment, how they think that this life is everything, that they can do whatever they want, they can bring other people down. And this is weak. This is just weak, because it's so easy to be hateful. It's so easy to be angry. It's so easy to envy other people. But it takes a lot of strength to be loving and caring in a generation and in a time like this. And I just want people to be fair with themselves and with other people, and just love themselves, and stop making everything look silly, because you never know what's going on through in someone's life. You just never know. That's why I try to be kind as much as you can, and just live in the moment. People have no idea how much inner peace they will be in if they try just to be with themselves instead of interrupting other people's lives. I just wish this wars to end, because it's pointless. After all, the only one that is losing are the people, not countries or governments. It's the people are losing. They're losing their home, they are losing their money, they are losing themselves. So peace and calmness. I just want people to be wiser. That's it. And I just wish this disease, this corona ends, because I think it made some people go crazier, because they had to sit with themselves for a longer time. And you know what? It's okay to sit with yourself. If you're wise enough, you will know that it's a good thing. You can know your negative things, your positive things. And for me, I think whatever I will go through next, even if it's bad, I will stay positive and hopeful, because being strong is not an option. Being positive is an option, and I will always love to be a positive person, because it makes me me. It makes me go like peacefully through this life. There's no point of being negative. It's not gonna change anything. So I really hope that I always spread inner peace, or positive things, or possibilities, or other good chances in the palms of the people that know me or met me here or anywhere on this earth. People should smile more, you know.
Well, you're very wise with your words, which is important in this day and age. You know what you're talking about, and also know what you're fighting for is also important, because a lot of people will fight for things and they don't understand what they're actually fighting for. But you also, to me, you've obviously gone through something to make you feel this way, not just because of your country, what your country's gone through. You've obviously experienced something quite deep in order for you to have this mentality on life.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You know, they say you cannot see a rainbow if you cannot see darkness before it, you know.
That's a good saying. I like that saying. But didn't you say your name means light?
Yeah, it does mean light.
And your mom was saying that the Issa part, that means Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah, in Arabic it means Jesus.
So you've got really beautiful names. As Brits, we just get really boring names.
Yeah, I think I was blessed with my name.
It is nice. I want to thank you because you have been so open and honest, and the work that you do, I'm sure you're quite well respected in your country by your community.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for talking with me about this. It was really a pleasure, and you're a great person, and I hope you have big success because you deserve it. And I just want to say to everyone who's watching this, in the end, be the change that you want to see in the world, because that's the only way to make a change.
Yes, and look at yourself. Make sure you reflect on yourself is important, because if you can't start with yourself or understand how you tick and what pushes you to get up in the morning and the love that you need around you, then how do you expect anything else to change if you can't change?
Exactly.
I could talk to you for ages, you know, and I thank you a lot for joining me and spreading this message, and I think your family are incredible, and people should be inspired by the work that you all do.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope to have a live interview with you someday.
I will keep that as a mental note. I won't forget that as well. And one where the internet connection is good, because we're both struggling with this. But you know what? Lockdowns happened, and it's you know what I really love about, not because of the devastation with it and the death, but it's pushed people to come together again, and that's important. I mean, what are the chances that I'm talking to someone all the way in Syria and I'm in Britain?
Exactly.
Little Britain.
Exactly. And I think it's great, and that's like one of the things that are positive about social media, you know, meeting people like you.
They're all important, my interviews, but this is probably one of the most important because of the times we're in right now, because of the riots that are happening. It's come over to London. People have been rioting, doing protests, and I won't be surprised if it comes across the whole of the UK. But that's just one little thing, that not even minor, that's one thing. There's a bigger picture that we all need to be looking at.
Yeah, I just hope just peace, and try to spread kindness and good things, and just to always be positive. That's it. And that I will always listen. If kind stranger to understand and listen, I'm here because I can feel the people, and I hope all the people would do the same at least.
I think key thing there is that people need to start listening more, not just be there, really listen to what the person's saying. But yeah,
exactly.
But thank you so much for joining me on Lizzie 1-to-1. Definitely, I won't forget this interview
Thank
for
you
a
too,
long time.
Lizzie.
I wish you all the best, and I really do hope that things do get better. I mean that.
Me too. Thank you so much.
I'm just waving now. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm just here like this.
Bye-bye.
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 Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel.